Greetings, I would like to start a new game and I play e4 and the opponent chose Sicilian Defense. I play Alapin's variation and the opponent played variation with e6 which transfers into French defense immediately. So the variation with e5. So the opponent plays knight variation with knight e7 and also play h5. h5 actually not the strongest in this situation because I can use the pawn h5 in the future uh, when when he castles. So far I don't want to give him the pawn, so in case if the queen comes out, I will attack the queen with knight e4. And meanwhile I castle and want to play b4. And the opponent definitely wants to play b5 and then after that he wants to play queen queen b6, but I play bishop e3. I give him the chance to take my pawn, but that moment I'm thinking about the king side because definitely he will not castle to the queen side, so and he will not leave the king in the center. So most likely he's going to castle to the queen side. So I play e4 and attack the and move the knight to g5. He captures the knight and he wants to move his knight to f5. I play e4. Don't want to wait. I want to attack in the center. Maybe here it was better. I don't know. Maybe I was thinking about supporting the pawn with a bishop, but it doesn't matter because I'm not going to exchange any pieces. His bishop is weak. His bishop is really weak, so and I don't like to exchange my own knight there. So I would like to move it to f6, and then if it exchanges in f6, so it would be good for me. So now maybe it's good to start with g4, but I have a bishop and I notice that if he takes the bishop, so it would be checkmate immediately. So he takes the knight, he captures the knight with his knight, and I will capture with a pawn g on g5. I think, yeah, on g5 is the best one, and after he moves, so I found that it could be a strike attack if I just take a pawn with a bishop, then check with a queen and move the queen to h6. However, the weakest part was the queen, was my pawn on d4. I simply overlooked that this would be a problem. Or maybe I also made a mistake. I think made a mistake when yeah, he checked me and now I moved to h1. I should move to, no, in this case he would take the pawn. No, it was the best move. So now he actually has a chance. This I really overlooked, the chance that he can take my king or the pawn on g2 and attack my king. Now he attacked my king from g4, and I really has no chance to escape. It will be just draw all the time. So it turns out the opponent finds the infinite check. Every time I move to the G diagonal or G file, he um, he check from G4, and every time I move to H1 or H2, H1 he check from E4, H2 he check from E2, and I cannot go anywhere. So this way the opponent attacked me, and I saw it will be a draw. But he of course had a chance to, he could do better. He could do better as he thinks. So if he has a draw, so then he can win. The question is how to win, and then he decided to play rook f7, and then I found the killing move, so rook ef4, and after that the opponent has no chance to play because I add my another rook to g1, and the opponent must surrender and after this, or must, so he can attack me with my queen with a rook, but that time I'll just take that rook and take the queen for free, so I will have extra rook in this position, and there's no other way. So he cannot just take a rook or run away, because he cannot run away to d3 because it will be a check and there is no protection from it. I think the opponent just overlooked because he thought that if he can take a draw, he can have a draw, he can also win. If he protected with another rook, then he can run. In this situation, he can possibly run. No, actually, no, if he protects with another rook, he wouldn't be able to run either. So let's, so now the opponent surrendered. Let's do the analysis, because the position is interesting, the attack is very interesting. So I'm wondering if I can actually attack, get the good output from this attack. Okay, so far we play standard moves of the French defense, and the engine suggests knight a3, but I play a4 because I want to attack the king side. So I have a little advantage here, but because maybe h5, I don't know. Yeah, the opponent could have a chance to attack g5. But now, yeah, the engine also suggests bishop e3. So first I thought it might be a mistake, but then I realized, then I see now that engine suggests the same answer. So here the engine suggests to play bishop d3, but by some reason I put the queen because I wanted to prevent the attack on a5. Now when I realize that the opponent needs to castle somewhere, so I move my knight and exchange it to the black bishop, and this is bad for the opponent, because if he exchanges the black bishop, then he has no black bishop anymore and he has no chance to win. So now it is exchange, and now I think it is nice move by the knight, and that moment the opponent actually castle, and now I start my attack. So I start the attack here. The idea is if he exchanges, I will have a pawn on f6. Then I also have a possibility to checkmate, so I take the pawn on h5, and he didn't move back, he moved to h2, and this actually disaster move. So I'm supposed to win now. I even better if I wait a little bit, so I could play. Yeah. So the engine suggests me a win. So rook f4, and then there's no d4 check, and actually black cannot do anything about it. Yeah, it's amazing move. Rook f4. Then queen of black cannot attack me at all. Yeah, interesting. So it means that my attack was not bad. It just overlooks the fact that I can play rook f4 because probably, well, one reason I didn't have time. Second reason I didn't find it. So instead I move my queen, and still I have a chance to win by rook f4. But I decided to play with the queen h6, and now I got counterattack by the queen. Looks like nothing happened right now, but when you take into account that the bishop also attacked my king, then it would be a problem. So now I again try to see what's going on if I play rook f4. So now I also can take the pawn. Yeah, so after rook f4 I can win the position easily. So I can even have this variation. In this variation I have advantage because my queen is active and take all pawns around, and my 3 central pawns will become queens. But now, so if we check what's going on, so bishop take, I need to take, and now queen g4, and it's a draw. I cannot move anywhere else. So after bishop captured my pawn and check the king, so I have no other choice and only a chance to. Actually, I could move here, but then it will be check here, so I can move. If I move here, it would be check, then my rook protects, and no, in this case I lose. So after this check, the only protection by the queen, but then I don't have any other choices but being attacked by the queen, and this way the opponent saves. So let's return. So after a series of checks, the opponent decides that he actually can protect, and it was a big mistake because after rook f4, he actually had a chance to play queen h5, and then after he takes, I take, I could play rook h5, he protects. Okay, I check, attack here, he moves there, then I attack the pawn, he can. Yeah, actually his position is playable, but already some problem. because I have the pawn on f6 and he has a weak pawn on h5. So but the way he moved, he killed himself. He played queen g3 and then it will be killing move by rook g1, and now black has no chance. I would think at first about this rook, but in this case you can attack. He moves here. No, he cannot move here. He can move back and I'll have free rook. No, even, yeah, it's a checkmate. Move here and a checkmate here. I also was thinking about taking the rook, and after he take, I just got extra rook, which is also 8 moves to the checkmate. So in this case, the position of black is very bad. So the opponent, so first I had a great chance to win, then opponent found a chance to get the draw after my mistake, and in the end, after his mistake, I managed to win again. Okay, thank you very much for watching this game. I think it was a beautiful attack on the king, and just right after the king, yeah, right here. So I turned back. So right after the king castle, it was immediate attack. Probably it would be better if I take this way, because if he takes this pawn, if he takes a pawn, so I would attack after that. He takes, I take, and no, in this case nothing would happen. He needs to move back, protect with the rook. He moves here, and then why I cannot attack here? Just attack again. He moves. I move the rook, he moves here. I attack, he moves, I attack again. No, this is not way, so I can do it directly. He moves here, I attack again, he moves there, then it takes a pawn. Interesting, after I take the pawn, I lose the game. Okay, so it means that so the early attack by the bishop was not so good. The computer could win, but for the human it would be very difficult position. Okay, so yeah, but what I mean after this attack, after just king castle, I start the attack by knight, and this attack led to amazing result. So to immediate surrender. And if I found this move by the rook, the game would finalize much earlier. Anyway, I think it's a nice attack, and thank you very much for watching the video. See you next time. Bye bye.